Hello gamers, this is Kowalski and welcome to my Mii Brawler guide. Firstly, I wanna say that this is my first time speaking English for a guide like this and my pronunciation isn't that good, so I will apologize in advance. But anyways, let's get started. This guide will cover literally everything Mii Brawler does and how Mii Brawler works. So, let's begin. Mii Brawler plays a similar game to Fox, but less oppressive. His playstyle is a mix of bait and punish with rushdown when in advantage, meaning that he mostly has a good time by punishing landings, dodges, lagging moves, with punishing and parries. But his approaching tools also allow him to get some good damage and to score kills. His fast frame data allows him to pressure the opponent well, and when you hit someone, you get some easy and effective combos, juggles, and ledge trapping, which are Mii Brawler's strongest points. But different than Fox, Mii Brawler's strongest kill confirms shine at mid percentages, meaning that you need to be careful with dealing too much damage to your opponent. It's possible to get kills at higher percentages, but they are way harder to get, meaning that you need to risk yourself or using a raw kill move. So, with that said, Mii Brawler has two main game plans. The first one is to get the opponent at the right percentage to get your main kill confirms. And in the case that you deal too much damage to your opponent and the kill confirms won't work anymore, then you have to use the second plan, which is to get enough percentage to your opponent, like plus 100, and hit them with a raw kill move, like up smash out of shield, back air near the ledge, edge guards like neutral air, back air, or shot put, or even if they survive for way too long, you will have down throw to kill at ultra high percentage. So this is how Mii Brawler works. With that said, let's review his pros and cons. He has great frame data and mobility, impressive combo game, due which you have some good combo starters, great recovery depending on which specials you choose, has some early stupid suicidal kills depending on your specials again, decent edge guarding, insane kill power when you dominate his kill confirms. His advantage stage with juggles and ledge trapping is great. His disadvantage stage is above average depending on the special moves you choose. So on paper, this character is amazing, right? Well, now let's check his cons. Like I said before, your timing on kill confirms must be on point if you don't want to struggle to get a kill. It can be easily noted when you are fishing for your kills, so you need to play really careful to not become predictable. Approaching can be hard due to Mii Brawler's low range, and as a consequence, projectiles and disjoints are a pain to deal with. Depending on your special moves, shields can be hard to deal with, so be careful with that. Escaping from disadvantage can also be a problem if you don't use the right special moves. And lastly, his skill gap is too high, to be honest. And the fact that there are characters who can do easier and better than Mii Brawler hurts his playbase a lot. And well, he's a Mii and almost no one wants to play a Mii. Now, with my overview finished, I will be talking about Mii Brawler's whole moveset. So, get ready. I will start with the normals. For the normals, let's start with the jab. It's a really quick move. It's a 1-2 multi-jab It doesn't have a gentleman sadly. Its main use is to get people away from you. It does a good amount of damage as well. And it setups for jablocks. That's pretty much it. Next there is F-tilt, which is also a get off me too, but with more range. Depending on your spacing and their options, it can be almost safe sometimes. You can also angle this move upwards and downwards to hit some ledge hanging opponents. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It doesn't kill, it doesn't combo. It also setups for tech chases at mid percentage, but that's pretty much it. Next we have up tilt, which is one of your combo starters from mid to high percentages. It links into itself. You can always get up here. It also has a good horizontal range, as you can see right here. And it also lingers a lot, meaning that you can anti-air people that like to jump a lot, like you just saw right there. Against non-disjointed moves, it will usually trade with them, which puts them into a really bad position, and depending on your percentage, you will be able to act sooner than your opponent. But it's really good. The downside is that this move stops working way too soon, and it takes a bit to start working as well. At low percentage, it doesn't combo into anything, and at higher percentages, it loses its combo potential, as you can see right here. You can get maybe some appears until like 120%, but this move doesn't do too much at that point. Next we have down tilt, which is your main combo option, your main combo tool. You from low to high percentages. You can always get any area out of this. Except down air. You can also punish ledge hangs with this, and even two frames. I will be covering this move better at the combo section, because there's a lot to cover. But yeah, this move is amazing, you will be using it a lot. But sadly, just like up tilt, this stops working at high percentages, so you won't be able to combo anymore. Next we have dash attack, which is a really quick burst option. It works to punish landings and some leg stuff on the distance. And that's pretty much it. It doesn't kill, it doesn't combo. It just resists the neutral and puts your opponent into a bad position. Now for smash attacks, we start with down smash, which is kinda quick. It's good to punish rolls and spot dodges, and it has some good kill power near the ledge. The biggest problem of this move is the range, as you can see right here. Even up tilt has more range than this move. So yeah, the opponent needs to be really closer to you, and you need to be careful in using this move. It's also stronger at the foot, as you can see. Now we have half smash, which is a really heavy hitting move. Mainly use it as a hardware tool. And it's your best punish from jab block, as you can see. This is really strong. Near the ledge, it starts killing people at like 50 or 60. You can also angle it upwards and downwards and the downwards version can catch some ledge hangs. It's just hard to get the timing because this is just active for 2 frames. Needless to say that this is really laggy and really unsafe on shield. Next, we have up smash, which is one of your main kill moves. It's also a great out of shield option because the fast startup allows you to punish a lot of stuff. And as you can see by the color, Mii Brawler's leg is intangible, so its anti-area protection is great. For tech chasing at higher percentages, this is insane. So yeah, a solid move. Not as strong as Fox's up smash, but it's still a good move. Now we talk about Mii Brawler's grabs. They are pretty straightforward, so let's get to the point. Firstly, there's up throw, which is basically just for positioning. It doesn't have too much follow-ups. At mid percentage, it can combo into thrust uppercut, but outside of that, it's not a combo throw. It does the most damage of all the throws, so it's good to keep that in mind. It also doesn't kill. Next we have forward throw, which is basically for positioning. It can eventually kill at very high percentages, but it takes a good time for that to kill. See? So yeah, it's mainly used for getting an edge guard with short put or with neutral wear. Next we have back throw, which is basically the same but weaker than forward throw, just for stage positioning. And now your most important throw is down throw. From 0 to 100% you can combo into any area that's not down air. Which is really great. And if you use helicopter kick, it's a kill confirm. Sadly, it stops working as percentage gets higher. As you can see, it sends them way too far, but eventually it becomes a kill throw, so it's a good thing to keep in mind, since you know Brawler's main struggle is to kill. So if you get at that point some pummels into a down throw, is your bet. Now for the aerials, let's start with downward, which is this thing over here. It's a really strong spike, as you can see right here. And that's the only kill confirm that this move has. It can eventually kill people upwards when they are grounded, like this. But this move is really laggy. Doesn't auto cancel for a short hop, and it's not as safe as it should be on shield. It also has a sour spot that sends people horizontally, but getting that hitbox is really hard. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. It's just really inconsistent. It can also punish ledge hangs and ledge regrabs, as you can see right here. I can punish them from the stage, which is really useful when you wanna ledge throw people. So yeah. Next, it's forwarder, which is this double kick right here, similar to Joker and Zero Shot Samus. It's an insane combo extender. You can combo into itself, and from that you can also combo into shields or smashes, like up smash. Sadly, it's all this move has. It's an amazing combo extender, but for the rest, honestly, it's really bad. As I will show you right now. This move is really inconsistent sometimes on how it links into the second part, because this first hit right here, this is garbage. This is awful. I have no adjectives to describe how stupid this is. So you need to learn your time to when you wanna short hop fair or full hop fair, which is stupid. Like I said before, the first hit is awful. Even if you try to hit people from the ground, it won't lead into anything at all. The frame advantage is not that good, and you need to be really close to them if you wanna maybe get some follow-up, because as you can see, it's not that great. If you space it with the chip, they will be too far to get you any kind of punch. Head-on assault works sometimes, but it's not a consistent setup. And as you already know, in the air, this won't drag people down. This move needs to be fixed. On the last patch, Brawler got the ability to auto-cancel this move from a short hop, which made it even better. But still, this move needs consistency. And at the moment, besides those low to mid percent combos I showed you, this is just not right. Next we have up air, which is a really good move actually. It's one of your main combo starters too, because if you perform it while landing, it will combo into pretty much anything you want, even down air. You can also link it into itself. And on stage with triplets, you can ladder combo people. If they die in from the ladder, they will be sent to the top platform, and from there you can get some, maybe trust your uppercut kill, because that's actually a thing, or a hard with up smash or forward smash. So yeah, a great move. Against tall characters, you can actually hit them while rising, but it's not that consistent, sadly. This move also won't kill even at really high percentages, so it's mainly used as a combo starter. Also, it's not that great when landing because it's not that safe. But if people are jumping or they are above a platform, you can totally jump up here and get a combo. Now we have back air, which is one of your main kill moves. This is amazing for pressure, both when landing and while rising. It kills really well near the ledge, as percentage get higher. But from mid stage it's not that great for killing. So it's that type of the move you wanna use it to maybe edge guard people, catch their double jumps, or to shield pressure, because when landing this is quite safe and when well spaced. So yeah, in a nutshell, this is a well kill move and a combo finisher in some cases, like this for example. It's a really nice move. Now for the best move Mii Brawler has, we have neutral wear. I will be covering this move in two parts, the strong part, the sweet spot, and the sour spot, which is the rest of the move. But in a nutshell, this movie is insane. It's a frame tree move, and the landing lag is incredibly low, as you can see right here. The only downside of this move is the awful end lag, as you can see right here. It takes way too long for Mii Brawler to act again without landing, so don't fast fall now when using this move, because you won't be able to return unless you perform it from high up like this. So let's start with the strong part of this move. At low percentage, it's a combo starter. It's a combo breaker because this thing is frame tree. Obviously, it's also an edge guarding tool. It's amazing to land with the strong part of this move. It's incredibly safe on shield, being -2 if you perform it correctly. At mid percentages, this creates tech chase scenarios, which leads into a jab lock and then a forward smash. At the ledge, this is insane for ledge trapping because this thing right here covers a lot. If they get up attack or just neutral get up, you can react while shielding near out of shield to put them off stage again. As percentage get higher, it eventually kills as well, which is really useful for Mii Brawler. But this move will get stalled a lot because, as you just learned, this move does everything. But still, it can kill people. Against teleport recoveries, you can let go of the ledge and jump in with neutral air, so you can get a true frame stage spike on them. Now for the sour spot of neutral air, which is this thing right here. Just like the strong part, above 10% it becomes a combo starter as well. And since this part lingers a lot, it's an amazing edge guarding tool. For landing, it works as well, but you need to be careful because people can dash back and punish you for it. So don't get too predictable with this. As percentage gets higher, like above 100%, this setups for attack chase as well. And since they are at kill percentages, you can get an up smash. If they decide to roll in from you, it's a down smash. And if they don't tag, it's a jab lock. And just like the strong neutral, it can also work as a ledge trap tool against double jumps, for example. This is great. And just like strong on the ledge, it can stage price people since it lingers a lot. So this move is insane. You'll be using this a lot. It does everything really. Okay, so let's talk about the 1111 specials. Starting with the neutral special, Shot Punch. It's basically the Bemont's X, but with horizontal knockback, meaning that it's a great tool for edge guarding. It lingers a lot, as you can see right here. And while you cannot angle it like the Bemont's can, it has sour spots when it bounces on the ground, like this. When you use normally, it does a huge amount of damage, but as it bounces on the ground, it gets weaker, but that allows you to get some combos out of it. For example, this, which is cool. If you perform it from really high up, you can also get combos like this, because the hit stun from the sweet spot is huge. So even at really high percentages, like this, it still works. Overall, a solid move, the best of the 3 neutral specials for sure, and I totally recommend it. As you can see, you can also control the air drift, and you can be reversed too. The best neutral special, just use it, you won't regret it. Now we talk about Onslaught, the side special one. This move is brutal about kill power, regarding kill power, as you can see. It also has its own properties of stalling mechanic and aura mechanic, like Lucario's aura. For example, if I use it once and I wanna use it again, the knockback will be way weaker. So you need to wait before using this move again. It needs to refresh. When this move is fresh, Mii Brawler will blink with a pink light like that, like you just saw right there. About the aura mechanic, well, it's insanely strong, as you can see right here. It's insane. If you fight against a light character and you are using Onslaught, they can be killed at 70%. So yeah, this move is all about kill power. But now let's talk about the flaws of this move. Oh yeah, before we talk about the flaws, let's talk about some of the shenanigans this move has. Well, let's talk about the spike part of the move. If you use it like that, it's actually a spike. This can still double jumps if people are trying to get back with the double jump from the ledge. But if they still have the double jump, they can get back just fine because the hit stun is really low. Oh yeah, it also shifts your hurt box. As you can see right here, this is Mii Brawler's standing position, and this is the startup. So you can with punish some grabs and jabs and stuff like that. It's really nice. But now for the flaws of this move, well, this is really laggy. If you miss it, you will be punished, for sure. Both from the ground and from the air. Look at the landing lag. Oh yeah, and it also doesn't activate on shields. See? They can punish you for free. The air evasion of this move, it's also really weak. See? Not only that, but if you try to perform the air evasion near the ledge, like that for example, you die, because Brawler simply goes forward and he can't return, and he gets in free fall even after hitting the move. It's that type of move, high risk, high reward. Compared to the other side specials, this is actually the worst of the two, because it's way too limited. You can recover using it, of course, but look how punishable that looks. But like I said, it's just kills. This move just kills. It's not versatile. It has no versatility. It besides killing. So that's the main issue of this move. Punishable, laggy. When it works, it's nice, but when it doesn't work, you will be dead. Now moving next, we have soaring X kick, the up B. This works like Cloud's up special. You can choose if you wanna use the second kick or not. But this move sweet spots the ledge, even from backwards, like you just saw right here. But just rally-wise, not when falling. So, as you expect, it's a great out of shield option, which eventually kills once percentage gets really high near the ledge. But what makes this move insane is this. This is Lucina's forward smash, and this is Mii Brawler's up special. That range, it's just really busted. You can punish rising areas with trading areas, smash attacks, a lot of slag stuff. So this is your best friend against sword opponents like Lucina herself. Oh yeah, this move also catches and approaches really well. From if they are high above you, you can catch them. And as you expect from this move, it suicide kills people, and they die first, just like pre-patch Chrome. And you have some kill confirms into it at low percentage. This is probably the best of the 3 up specials, but this move still has some competition with helicopter kick, which I'll be covering later. But this move does everything. People can't hit your shield for free, your recovery is really fast, and suiciding people with that? Yeah, this is just a great move. Now we talk about head-on assault, which is basically Yoshi's down special, but worse. As you can see, it does a huge damage, almost 30%. It suicide people as well. If you perform it near the ledge like that, from the ground, they will die first. What else? Oh yeah, it eventually kills from the top as percentage gets higher. But what holds this move back, it's the inconsistency. Why inconsistency? Well, let me show you. When you wanna use this move for killing on stage, it has some different hitboxes. The best one you can get is when you use this move from the air and your opponent is grounded like this. That's really strong. But if they are jumping, if they are in the air, this move becomes a multi-hit move that drags people with you until you hit the blast zone or the ground. But when it hits the ground, they get hit by the grounded hitbox, the landing hitbox. And the landing hitbox is just not good, as you can see right here. It's not good. Not only that, but the first hit of this move, which is this small flash kick, is also inconsistent. For example, if I do it from the ground, like this, if I spin air dodge, it's a true combo, they cannot escape from it. But if they get launched slightly above the ground before using this part of the move, it won't work. It won't combo and they will be able to recover. This move has no hit stun at all. Another example is this one. If they are right below platform and I wanna hit them with that, they can shoot it, which sucks a lot. This move does heavy amount of shield damage, but it doesn't break a full shield, as you can see. Oh yeah, and this move also allows you to, when you use it from the ground, you can actually influence where you will land. For example, if I just press down B, I will be landing here on 2 squares, starting from 5. If I hold away, 2.5, and if I hold in, half. That can work when you are on stage and you wanna mix up the DI that people will need to do. For example, if I hit them and I hold away, they will be launched inwards, but if I hold in, wait a second, as you can see it's inconsistent. If I hold in, they can be launched away. But sadly, that doesn't work 100% of the time, because some characters that are not Lucina, if you hold away when you hit this move, it won't combo into the headbutt for whatever reason. So if you try to suicide people off stage, just press down B. Don't hold forward, don't hold in, just press down special. For example here, if I hold away, you can see that Lucina barely touches the headbutt, so it's a bad idea to do that. With that said, this move is actually usable. You can, against on matchups like Icon, Chrome, if they up B, they are dead, because you can light snap with this and duck them. This can also condition people to respect you more, because if they don't, it's a free 30% and you can get some combos with this. So it's still a solid pick. For the down specials, all of them are actually usable, so pick whatever you like for the down specials. Okay, so now we talk about the number 2 specials. Starting with the neutral special 2, Flashing Mech Punch, which are these multi-jabs here, which tells you in the air when you use it once, but not when you use it twice. When it hits someone, it becomes this barrage of punches, and as you can see by the color, Mii Brawler becomes fully invincible when it hits someone, which is nice in doubles, but for singles this doesn't help too much. And as you can see, it does a good amount of damage, but its skill power is actually not that great. For example, it starts killing Chrome on Final Destination at 111 without Rage or DI, while Up Smash starts killing at 116, which is not too much of a difference. So yeah, outside of catching people in the air with this, it's really weak, and it doesn't work really well sometimes, like it doesn't link properly into the rest of the move sometimes. You can use it to punish spot dodges, like this for example. But outside of that, yeah, I don't recommend this move. It's not good. Now for side specials, we have Burning Dropkick, which is basically the Princess Peach side special, but worse actually. It doesn't have full power, it's kinda weak, and it can be punishable on hit when it hits shields. But since Brawler leaps a bit backwards, it can be a bit hard to punish if people don't know what this move does. So if they try to punish it while standing, it won't work. They will need to dash a bit before hitting Mii Brawler. What makes this move good for Mii Brawler is the ability to use it multiple times in the air and still having your actions, which is great. And what else? Well, it has a special technique that the Princess Peach doesn't have, which is a boosted momentum version by B reversing it. Like, for example, this is the regular version, right? Doesn't go too far actually, but if you B reverse it, now that's a difference. This technique only works in the air, and it can be a great burst option if no one is expecting this. You can use it to get off from the ledge as well. It's a really nice technique to have. The way I perform this technique consistently is by using a shoulder button as a special. So I use side special with the shoulder button, and with my C stick as attack or smash attack, I press it to the opposite direction. So I side special to the right and the C stick goes to the left right after. It's really consistent and it's really easy to perform. I totally recommend this move if you want to recover better. Now for up specials we have helicopter kick. As you can see by the color, this move has intangibility on Mii Brawler's legs, so it can beat some stuff. The best example I can tell is Snake's Nikita. If he tries to edgeguard you with Nikita, you go right through it, and you won't be hit by Nikita, and the Nikita will fall. This move is purely used to kill, because the skill power is insane. Now, what a lot of people don't know is that you can actually control the trajectory of this move. For example, if I perform this move and I hold inwards, it fully sends upwards, like as you can see. But if I hold away, it goes off stage, which is great. It also has a difference when you use the ground version and the aerial version. Like for example, the aerial version, if I hold in, goes a bit more diagonally, and if I hold away, it goes on that nasty angle, as you can see right here. And you have Q confirms into it. For example, down tilt into helicopter kick, down throw into helicopter kick, and at higher percentage, up here into helicopter kick. Oh yeah, and in talking about how you can control the trajectory this move is in, well, it just applies for the last hit. So if I wanna stay in place while from this move and I want to send them away, I just need to hold inwards for the first part of the move, and when it gets to the last part, I hold away. See? This can prevent a lot of SDs when you wanna kill near the ledge, which is the optimal, of course. Like this. It's a great up special. It has competition with Soaring X Kick, of course, but if you want raw kill power, this is your bet. And if you enjoy flash combos too, as I will be showing later. Now for down special, we have Fence Jump, which is basically a worse version of Zero Suit Samus down special. It starts on frame 1, which is nice, and has invincibility from the frames 2 to 4, but or 2 to 3, I don't remember really well. But as you can see by this is really laggy, and punishable if you don't use it really well. Yes, you can escape from combos with it, but if you land on stage, you will get punished, which is not cool. You need to like grab the ledge or go off stage with the kick maybe, and then recover later. So yeah, you need to be careful. Now let's talk about the spike part of this move. When you land above someone with it, it has this weird spike that doesn't do anything for you because they get sent really far and you have a bit of anti-lag. But when the opponent is on the air, they get sent into this really funny angle, which can be used for veracity guards. Like here, for example, if they try to edge guarding me, they might get gimped accidentally in the process. You can also wall jump with this move too, but it doesn't do any favors outside of wall edge stages like Kalos or Josh's Island. So yeah, it can be useful to mix up sometimes, but oh well. Now let's talk about the kick. This kick has two different hitboxes. The grounded one, which happens when the opponent is on the ground, as you can see, and the aerial version, which has an insane kill power, as you can see right here. The grounded kick really sucks because, well, it doesn't kill, it doesn't do anything besides doing some damage and resetting the neutral. But the aerial version is amazing. You actually have some kill confirms, like this for example. See? But since this move is really laggy, even when you use the kick, be careful. It has the best utility of the 3-down specials, but its flaws are really huge. Like, I can't even auto cancel it properly from a full hop. As you can see, it takes really long to be able to shield again, unless I do it from a perfect height, like at the very peak of the jump. So yeah, this move is more used as a recovery move. It can reverse edge guard people sometimes, like I said before, and it can be used to escape from strings and to reset neutral. But like I said, be really careful when using this because the end lag is atrocious. And lastly, we talk about the number 3 specials. Let's start with Exploding Sidekick, which is basically a Falcon Punch. You can turn around it as well. In the air it becomes weaker than in the ground. It has a sweet spot at the tip of the foot and a soft spot at the leg. This move also has super armor, which happens right before the kick comes out, as you can see right here, which is nice. But yeah, a Falcon Punch. It also has a low end lag actually, so if someone shoots this move, it will be really hard to punish you. But yeah, a Falcon Punch, so don't use this. Now we talk about the suplex, the side special. It's a command grab that does a huge amount of damage, which is nice. It conditions people to stop shooting, and it's amazing on stages with platform because people like to shield on a platform, so get there and grab them. It also has low landing lag when you use the air version, as you can see the difference right here. For recovery, it's not that good due to the distance, but yeah, this move is mainly used to rack up damage and to make people stop shielding, and it does its job really well. You can also suicide people off stage with this. If they don't have a very good recovery, they won't be able to get back from that, but you will always die first, sadly. See? A cool trick that you can do with this move is on triplets, like Battlefield, or Yoshi's Island, Melee, Yoshi's Story. So yeah, if they are at low percentage and you get a suplex mid stage, they will land on the platform, and then you reach the option and you suplex again, and if they decide to land again, you suplex them again. It's a free 60% from a suplex, which is silly but nice. Oh yeah, it also has a bit of armor when it trades with some moves. For example, see? It's really hard to get it, but when it happens, it's really nice because they will still be getting the grab. It's great in doubles because if someone else is close, they will be knocked away. That's suplex, a really good move. Now we talk about Trust Uppercut, the up special. This move is a great combo finish and out of shield option because that comes at frame 3, which it's tied with Mario's up special, losing only to Mr. Game & Watch, which is frame 2. As a combo finisher, it's actually amazing because almost anything you do will combo into it, which is amazing to rack up damage. But that's pretty much it. This move only works to rack up damage. As you can see, anything that sends people upwards, you will get you a combo. But as percentage gets way higher, you won't be able to combo to stuff anymore. So yeah, you rack up all that damage, but in the end you won't be able to kill, which really hurts this move. And not only that, but as a recovery move, it's not that great either. See, it doesn't have too much of vertical distance when you use the air version compared to the grounded version. Let me see it here. I think you can see, right? It's just too limited compared to the other two. And lastly, we talk about counter throw, which is the strongest counter in the game, tied with King K. Rool. But knockback regarding the knockback, I'm pretty sure this is the strongest. At the moment, we don't know for sure the hitbox of this move, but we speculate that the hitbox of this move is just this tiny circle over here. So meaning that disjointed moves will be able to go through this move, and even if they hit when well spaced, like this for example, you will miss the grab. It's not the type of move we wanna bring against short characters, unless they're like maybe Roy. But against people that like to press buttons a lot, this is amazing because it has the lowest end lag of any counter in this game. So if they think that you're gonna be suffering end lag from counter, you can counter again, or shield, jump, air dodge, spot dodge, roll away, or whatever. You can start in the air with this while you're recovering, and in the air it has a different knockback, as you can see right here. As you can see, the horizontal, the grounded knockback sends people directly behind you, but if you use it in the air, they will be sent away, which is not good for send guardian scenarios. But if someone like, for example, Ganondorf tries to down air you, they will pretty much be dead because the thing is just strong knockback. What else? Oh yeah, since the detection of this move is not that good, some small attacks, like for example, let's see, comes down tilt, we will be able to hit through this move, which is really sad. If they space really well their move, they will even be able to hit you from behind, which is also not good. But still, it's a great mix-up tool. So yeah, these are Mii Brawler's specials. Some of them are really good, some of them are not that good, and some of them are just okay. Now, we talk about the recommended movesets. I will use numbers to tell which one of the specials I'm using, like it shows on the Mii creation section, like this. So okay, let's start with 1-3-1-2, which is shot put, suplex, soaring X kick, and feint jump. This is the most used set nowadays, and it also has the best MU spread that Mii Brawler can have. So I think people can say that this is the best set because it has everything Brawler needs: a projectile trap guard, a command grab, a great recovery move, and out of shield option to punish sword characters and disjointed moves, as you know, and another recovery move, because if you use suplex as your side special, you are forced to use feint jump to compensate the loss of recovery that suplex gives you. So yeah, a great set and totally recommended. Next, there's 1-3-2-2, which is basically the same set as before, but to treat the utility of soaring X kick for the sheer kick power of helicopter kick. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this moveset because with suplex you deal a good amount of damage to your opponent, and when you wanna use helicopter kick for healing, you don't wanna deal too much damage to your opponents really, because your best kill performance work at mid to high percentage, and since suplex does a lot of damage, they won't be able to get comboed too often. But it allows you to get a plan B if they have too much percentage, because you had apparent helicopter kick as well, or your other Q options like back air or up smash. And the fact that there are some players getting good results with this moveset is actually good enough for me to put this move on the recommended section. And not to mention that you can, return from way further off stage when you use feint jump with helicopter kick, like we just saw right there. So you can use feint jump to edge glide people better, which is cool. So yeah, recommended as well. The next ones will be probably movesets that do not use suplex in the case that you just don't like using that move. So okay, so let's start with 1-2-1-2, which is actually 1-2-1-X, because since you use bunny drop kick as your side special, the use of feint jump is totally optional because you have recovery. with soaring X kick and burning drop kick, so you are free to use head-on assault or counter if you like it. Now for a more counter-pick moveset, there is 1-1-1-2, and yeah, this is its own slot. This set's mainly used against the Reds, Pichu and Pikachu, and floated characters like Jigglypuff. So with this set, mainly against the Reds, like I said before, soaring X kick works great to stuff his aerial approaches, because this thing right here, it's thunder jokes. So yeah, they can't approach for free when you have soaring X kick, which is really nice. And short push works really well against their recovery, and onslaught against light characters is really powerful. So yeah, despite being a high risk, high reward move, when it works against floaty characters, the reward is way better than it usually is. So yeah, and lastly, we have my favorite moveset, which is 1-2-2-X, being the down special, anything you want really. I personally like using head-on assault, like I said, because it just fits my playstyle. Since I'm not a big fan of how Fence Jump is in this game, I'd rather have burning dropkick to do the job of recovery. So with that I can use a more offensive option in head-on assault, or even counter in some matchups like Little Mac. So yeah, in the end you can basically choose the moveset you're comfortable with. And the best example I can tell about preference is Leech, the player Leech, which had at the moment the best Mii Brawler performance, with 17th at Smash Splash using 1-1-1-1. So yeah, that's really impressive, and it just shows how you can play this character the way you want. I just listed the movesets that work the best, but you can, feel free to try other things. If you like to use onslaught, use it. If you like to use flashy Mach Punch, well, use it as well. But like I said, I just listed the stuff that worked the most, so that's pretty much it about specials. When I said at the beginning of the video that Mii Brawler's skill gap is hard, I meant that mastering his combo game can be difficult due to the attention that the Brawler player needs to have about rage, the opponent's power speed, and the opponent's percentage. With that said, let's start with down tilt, which is one of your main combo starters at low percentages. The best follow-up you can get is a fair, which leads into an aerial, dash attack, up special, or even another fair. The floated they are, the more you can get from them. For fast followers at starting percentages, your combo roach is a bit different, so pay attention to that. It's important to note that down tilt and fairs hit stun are not that great at low percentages, so moves faster than frame tree may escape from your combos. They become true combos starting at around 20% without rage. Down tilt combos are really nice with rage because it allows you to start your combos even at 0%, and it also allows you to get the regular combo route on fast followers at starting percentages. You still need to remember about fair's low hit stun though. Past mid percentages, down tilt into short hop fair will stop working, so past that point you can only get down tilt into an aerial or into an up special. Now for kill setups, down tilt into fair into X kick is insane. If you have a stock lead or you are in a less stock scenario, you can totally go for it because it always kills the opponent first. Head-on assault can be a good finisher as well for suiciding, but it's not only character specific, but it also depends on the opponent's height after getting hit by forward air. If they get launched too high, it won't combo properly, but it can always catch double jumps, as you know. Sadly, I don't have a full list on which characters head-on assault works from a forward air, but you can always see for yourself on training mode, you know. And lastly, for a more consistent kill setup, we'll have down tilt into helicopter kick, killing usually between 50 to 90% without rage and without killing yourself. Yes, DI tested. DI inwards from down tilt is reactable and it sends people right above you, so all you need to do is to jump backwards before using helicopter kick. DI away from down tilt allows people to escape, but since down tilt is a really fast move, people usually won't DI away from it. For helicopter kick, the optimal DI is horizontally towards the stage, but since helicopter kick just drags people to the blast zone, it's literally not notable unless you are on anywhere on the stage but near the ledge. Hitting ledge hangs or 2 frames allows Mii Brawler to score kills slightly later than regular percentages too, because the opponent is below the ground stage. Up here is really straightforward. When land with this, you can combo into any area from 20 to really high percentages like 130%. At mid percentages, sometimes it can combo into F smash, which is really hard to get, and at high percentages, you can combo into helicopter kick for a kill. And as you expect, this move loves platforms, so you can start combos from below a platform with rising up air, and from that you can either ladder combo people on triplets or get a confirm into helicopter kick. Down throw is really simple as well. From 0 to around 90%, you can usually get any area, but be careful at 0% because most of your areas are still unsafe on hit. For forward air at 0, you will want to full hop fair, and past 30%, you will want to double jump fair. The most important follow-up is, of course, helicopter kick for killing. Since I already made a video on how this combo works, I will link that video in the description, so be sure to check it out. And lastly, neutral air. At low percentages, you can use the strong hit to start your down tilt combos even at 0, and as percentages get higher, the weak hit also leads into down tilt. At mid percentages, weak air can combo into your imagination really. Smash attacks, tilts, specials, suplex. It's an insanely strong combo starter. And at Q percentages, you can get an up special and even an attack cancel back air on some characters for a kill. I also made a video on neutral air combos, which will be linked in the description. For stages, you can already tell that platforms improve Brawler's combo game by a lot. I made a video especially talking about platform combos, which is in the description. Be sure to check it out. But for general stage selection, let's make some points between his specials and stages. Starting with the pros, platforms and slopes allow shot put to get new angles, but on stages with a platform above the ledge, like Yoshi's Story, Town City, and Kalos, the platforms can block some of your edge guarding angles. People love to shoot when they are standing on a platform, which is a thing that Suplex loves. Trust Uppercut's only niche is on 3 platforms, where you can do them all. Feint Jump allows for more landing mix-ups on platforms. And Helicopter Kick loves both stages with platforms above the ledge and small horizontal blast zones, like Town City, Smashville, Yoshi's Island Brawl, and Yoshi's Story. And for the cons, platforms can be troublesome for soaring X-Kick and head-on assault, depending on the opponent, but for the most part they are fine. Stages with platforms above the ledge negates your suicidal kills, so keep that in mind. On paper, soaring X-Kick should be amazing on Town and City due to the small horizontal blast zones, but sadly no. Both platform layout blocks X-Kick from hitting your opponent consistently, so it's not a good pick if you use this up special. Now, speaking outside of special moves, let's review his pros and cons for stages again. Rolled stages allows a better recovery because Brawler can wall jump. Up smash and up tilt can hit opponents standing on a platform if the platform's height is the same or smaller than Battlefield. Most of the time, Brawler will score horizontal kills, so stages with a small lateral blast zone are good for that. And for the cons, since up smash isn't that strong in knockback, stages with a big vertical ceiling can give you some trouble. Yoshi's Island brawls with irregular ground messes up your combo game in a really bad way. Forward air can't auto-cancel properly from a short hop there, unless you perform it from the ledge towards the stage. Jab blocks are also inconsistent. And lastly, Brawler isn't a fan of big stages against zoners. With that said, what are his best stages? The general consensus is this. Triplets are your best stages in general, mainly Yoshi's Story. That stage has everything Brawler likes. It's small, lateral blast zones are also small, it has walls, it's a triplet stage with platforms above the ledge, while being at the right distance for suicidal kills. Has slopes to perform different angles with shot push. It's great. Small lateral blast zone and platforms are much appreciated for Brawler as you know, so Lilacs, Smashville and Town and City are good picks. Brawler has a good coverage on Lilacs platforms too, being able to up smash from below and get some easy suplexes. As you know, be careful with Town and City if you use soaring X-Kick or head-on assault. Yoshi's Island Brawl has the shortest side blast zones from the legal stages, but the irregular ground breaks your combo game at low to mid percentages, so your main plan there is to get enough percentages to kill near the ledge. Big stages like Pokemon Stadium, Unova and Kalos are alright, but I'd rather avoid them due to the lack of closer platforms and bigger horizontal blast zones. And finally, we have FD. It's not a bad stage, but it just doesn't offer anything really. You can get way more with platforms, not to mention that landing can be harder depending on the matchup. So, this is the priority. Speaking about matchups is difficult for the Mii's in general because of the special moves. But for the most part, Brawler has a good time against the majority of the cast. The most troublesome characters for Mii Brawler are sword users and characters with annoying disjoints and projectiles. But even then, Soaring X-Kick is a perfect move to deal with these guys. Although using this move doesn't give you a free win against them, it makes these matchups way more durable than with the other up specials. I will list some thumb rules for you to follow if you want to get the most of Brawler against your opponents. Shot put's only bad matchups are Villager and Isabelle. You don't want to give them a second bowling ball, so the other neutral specials can be used instead. Burning Dropkick can actually be used as an edge guarding tool against slow and linear horizontal recoveries, the biggest example being Ryu and Ken's Tatsumaki. Suplex against Snake is an interesting case. If you grab him while he holds a grenade, the grenade will explode right after, but Brawler will stand in place, receiving the grenade's damage, while Snake will be launched upwards, receiving the grenade's damage and the first hit of suplex. It's a trade where you win damage and stage positioning. Suplex also separates Nana from Popo and Luma from Rosalina, which really disturbs their main game plan. And as I said before, suicide and kills with suplex are really situational, so be aware of your opponent's recovery if you wanna go for that. Soaring X-Kick is really good overall, but Brawler may struggle against heavy characters to get a kill. It's also the best up special against light characters due to X-Kick killing them earlier on stage. X-Kick and Head-on Assault can be used on matchups where the opponent can't snap the ledge well, so you can get a free spike on them. Helicopter Kick is also a great move and it can even kill heavy characters at reasonable percentages, but this move is hard to use against small characters and the sword matchups become even harder due to the lack of range without soaring X-Kick. Feint Jump is your best pick against slow projectile users. You can feint jump over the projectile and kick the opponent before they can act. Counter throw is really nice against heavy hitting opponents like Ganondorf and Ryu or Ken, but it's not a mandatory move to have against them. This move is also your worst possible pick against zoners and mid-range surge characters like Lucina. It can be useful on Roy though. And lastly, I forgot to say a really important thing before, and I really apologize for that, but soaring X-Kick killing your opponent first is character specific. I made a list of characters where the opponent can either recover or die later than Brawler on Final Destination, so here it is. Before I finish this video, I wanna showcase some good Brawler players to watch, so you can have an idea on how to use Brawler better or to study their matches, so you can learn new things. Starting with why do bad things happen to good people, who is the best Guy Fieri player out there. Having some close sets with players like the Great Gonzalez and wins over 6WX. He's also a great content creator, so be sure to check his YouTube channel. Links are in the description. Next we have Aitera. For me, he is one of the most entertaining brawlers to watch. His playstyle is really creative and he goes for mix-ups that no one sees it coming. He has wins over Rio and Epic Gabriel. His channel also has some really cool montages with all of the trimmies, so be sure to check them out. And lastly, we have Leech, with the best Mii Brawler performance at the moment. 17th at Smash and Splash, with wins over Black Trims and a really close set with Wizrobe. His advantage stat is insane. If he puts you near the ledge, he will make sure to end your stock right there. He is also the proof that despite Mii Brawler having some optimal movesets, you can just go with anything you like, since he got the placement using 1-1-1-1, which is not that great of a moveset. There is a lot of notable Mii Brawler players out there to talk about, like Amin in France, Big Lord in Portugal, Teku in Japan, Scruff on Louisiana, and me in Brazil. I will talk just a bit more about them near the end of the video. With all that said, I will be finishing my guide here. Wow, it has been a long ride, huh? I spent 2 weeks on this. Yeah, it took more than it should, due to my place not being the best to record. But yeah. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Just by sticking around until the end, you made all that time recording being worth it. This character isn't bottom of mid tier or bottom 5 like some people think, and I hope that I made that clear. For me, he belongs to the top of mid tier or at the bottom of high tier when optimized. I also made a document version of this guide, which you can check in the description. There, you will have the same amount of information that this video has. So I'd say it's a long and good video. And since I can edit that document, I will keep that guide updated when new patches comes out. And some stuff of this video will stop being true. On the end of that guide, you can also check a list of a good amount of recommended players to watch, as well as some great content creators like BMZ. Shout out to you, buddy. I wanna give some shoutouts to Nathan for lending me his capture card. I don't have a capture card, so videos like this are super hard for me to make. I thank you a lot. Shoutouts to Purple as well for being a great researcher and lab master for the Mii Brawler Discord. And that's it, guys. Be sure to check my channel as well. I make some guides and montages from time to time. And have a great day. Bye!